Once upon a time, in a small village nestled deep within the heart of Africa, there lived a beautiful young woman named Adana. Adana was known throughout the village for her kindness, grace, and unmatched beauty. She lived a simple life, tending to her family's crops and helping her neighbors whenever she could. One day, a powerful and mysterious native doctor arrived in the village. He was rumored to possess great powers and knowledge of ancient magic. His name was Mbembe, and his presence stirred both fear and curiosity among the villagers. Despite the warnings of the elders, Adana found herself drawn to Mbembe. There was an aura of mystery surrounding him that intrigued her. She began to visit him secretly, seeking his guidance and wisdom. As time passed, Adana and Mbembe grew closer, and their secret meetings became more frequent. Mbembe, with his persuasive words and enchanting charm, eventually won Adana's heart. In a moment of weakness, Adana succumbed to his advances, and she soon found herself pregnant with his child. When news of Adana's pregnancy reached the village, there was an uproar. The villagers were shocked and outraged that she had become involved with the powerful and enigmatic Mbembe. Adana's family was shamed, and she was cast out of the village, forced to wander alone in the wilderness. Heartbroken and terrified, Adana sought refuge in the dense jungle surrounding the village. There, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, whom she named Nola. Despite the hardships she faced, Adana poured all her love and affection into raising her daughter. As Nola grew, she displayed a remarkable affinity for nature and a deep connection to the animals of the jungle. She would spend hours exploring the forest, communing with the creatures that called it home. One day, while Nola was playing by a babbling brook, she encountered a group of hunters who had ventured into the jungle in search of game. At first, the hunters were startled by Nola's presence, but they soon realized that she posed no threat. Intrigued by her connection to the animals, they invited her to accompany them on their hunts. Nola's natural talents as a tracker and her ability to communicate with the animals made her an invaluable asset to the hunters. With her help, they were able to catch more game than ever before, and the village prospered. Word of Nola's exploits reached the ears of the village elders, who were astonished by her abilities. They realized that she possessed the same ancient magic as her father, Mbembe. Despite their initial misgivings, they welcomed Nola back into the village with open arms, recognizing her as a valuable member of their community. As Nola grew into a young woman, she became a beloved figure in the village, revered for her wisdom and her connection to the natural world. And though she never knew her father, Mbembe, she carried his legacy with her, using her powers for the good of all who dwelled in the land. And so, the tale of Adana and her daughter Nola became legend in the village, a story of love, betrayal, and redemption that would be passed down from generation to generation for years to come. As Nola continued to grow, her bond with the animals of the jungle deepened even further. She could communicate with them in ways that no one else could, understanding their language and earning their trust. Together, they formed a harmonious alliance, working together to protect the delicate balance of the natural world. As she ventured deeper into the jungle, Nola discovered hidden secrets and ancient mysteries that had long been forgotten by the villagers. She encountered mystical creatures like the wise old tortoise who guarded the entrance to a hidden cave filled with ancient relics and powerful artifacts. Guided by her intuition and her connection to the land, Nola became a guardian of the jungle, defending it from those who sought to exploit its resources for their own gain. She stood up to poachers, drove away loggers, and protected the endangered animals that called the jungle home. But Nola's greatest challenge came when a ruthless sorcerer known as Malachi threatened to unleash dark forces upon the land. Malachi was a master of dark magic, and he sought to enslave the jungle and bend it to his will. With the help of her animal friends and the wisdom passed down from her father, Nola embarked on a perilous quest to confront Malachi and put an end to his sinister plans. Along the way, she faced treacherous obstacles, battled fearsome creatures, and delved deep into the heart of darkness itself. In the final confrontation, Nola stood face to face with Malachi, drawing upon her inner strength and the power of the jungle to defeat him once and for all. With a mighty roar, she unleashed a wave of energy that banished Malachi and his dark magic from the land forever. In the aftermath of the battle, peace was restored to the jungle, and Nola emerged as a true hero, revered by both humans and animals alike. Her courage, compassion, and unwavering determination had saved the land from destruction and ensured a bright future for generations to come. And so, the legend of Nola, the jungle guardian, grew even greater, inspiring all who heard her tale to protect and cherish the natural world that sustains us all. As Nola's fame spread beyond the borders of her village, travelers from distant lands began to seek her out, drawn by tales of her incredible adventures and her mastery of the natural world. They came seeking her guidance, her wisdom, and her protection. Nola welcomed these visitors with open arms, sharing her knowledge of the jungle and its inhabitants with all who were willing to learn. She taught them the importance of living in harmony with nature, of respecting the delicate balance of the ecosystem, and of honoring the creatures that shared their world. Among the travelers who sought Nola's wisdom was a young prince named Kwame, whose kingdom was plagued by famine and strife. Desperate for a solution, he journeyed to the jungle in search of answers, and there he met Nola. Impressed by Nola's strength and wisdom, Kwame pleaded with her to help his people, promising to heed her guidance and protect the land. Touched by his sincerity, Nola agreed to aid him, and together they embarked on a quest to bring prosperity back to Kwame's kingdom. With Nola's guidance, Kwame implemented sustainable farming practices, restored the balance of the land, and fostered a spirit of cooperation among his people. Under his leadership, the kingdom flourished once more, becoming a beacon of hope and prosperity in a troubled world. In gratitude for her help, Kwame offered Nola a place by his side as his trusted advisor and confidant. Though tempted by the offer, Nola ultimately chose to return to the jungle, where her heart belonged. But she promised to remain a loyal friend and ally to Kwame and his people, always ready to lend her aid whenever it was needed. And so, Nola continued her journey, traveling far and wide, spreading her message of harmony and conservation to all who would listen. Though her adventures were many and her challenges great, she never wavered in her commitment to protecting the natural world and all who dwelled within it. And though her legend would eventually fade into the mists of time, the spirit of Nola, the jungle guardian, would live on forever, inspiring future generations to cherish and preserve the wonders of the world around them. As Nola's travels took her to distant lands, she encountered people from all walks of life, each with their own unique customs, beliefs, and challenges. From the bustling cities of the east to the remote villages of the west, she witnessed both the beauty and the devastation wrought by humanity's actions. In one village, she met a group of farmers struggling to survive in the face of drought and famine. Drawing upon her knowledge of sustainable agriculture, Nola taught them how to conserve water, enrich the soil, and cultivate drought-resistant crops. With her guidance, the villagers were able to overcome their hardships and thrive once more. In another land, she encountered a tribe of nomadic hunters who were on the verge of extinction due to overhunting and deforestation. Through patience and diplomacy, Nola brokered a peace agreement between the hunters and the animals they hunted, ensuring the survival of both species for generations to come. But not all of Nola's encounters were peaceful. In one city, she found herself embroiled in a bitter conflict between rival factions vying for control of the land. With her insight and compassion, she worked tirelessly to mediate a truce, urging the warring parties to set aside their differences and find common ground for the greater good. Throughout her travels, Nola remained true to her values, always striving to protect the natural world and promote harmony among all living beings. And though her journey was long and arduous, she knew that her efforts were making a difference, however small. In the end, Nola's legacy was not measured in riches or fame, but in the lives she touched and the hearts she inspired. Her story became a timeless tale of courage, compassion, and the enduring power of the human spirit to overcome adversity and create a better world for all. And wherever she went, the spirit of Nola, the jungle guardian, lived on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who followed in her footsteps. Please stay updated by subscribing to this channel for more interesting folk tale stories coming your way. And also don't forget to like this video after watching, it will encourage us to post more interesting videos like this. Thank you.